As you know, these 99 to 06 trucks, or any truck with a leaf spring, has wheel hop. Trying to do burnouts, donuts, whatever it is, they're just not an ideal setup for racing, having a good time with it. So what we did is we opted for the Speed Engineering traction bar setup. We're going to show you how that installs, how easy and simple it is, and then the result that basically your truck's going to bite and won't have that terrible wheel hop that we all experience. Next step is super simple. We're going to pull the spring plate off the bottom. The new one will have the bracket for the traction bar, so we're going to get these off, new ones on, and continue forward. All right, so you're going to want to make sure that the flat side of your drop-down bracket on this new spring plate is going to go forward towards the truck. They make these in two different styles, one for a truck with a flip kit, which is going to have the axle on top of the leaf spring. All that means is the plate's going to be flat on the bottom. Ours is not a flip truck, so the spring plate's going to have the notches to hold and locate the axle. So they do mention that you may have to trim the overload. We're just going to remove it so it looks a little bit cleaner. As you can see, of course, it's going to, under compression, it's going to give it a little bit more room, but I think we're still going to hit. It's going to hit on that overload. So we're just going to go ahead and remove this out of here real quick. That way we'll have plenty of clearance when it goes up on the lift, whatever. Again, it may work once the compression's on there and the weight of the truck is sitting on it, but we'll just do away with it, keep moving forward. Overload is out. Take the spring pad off, you won't need that. Pull your locating pin out. Locating pin goes back in. It is, you can see we ran out of threads a little bit. So this is the original bolt, the locating pin bolt, whatever you want to call it, that held the leaf spring packed together. Now that we remove the overload, we lose that distance, and now this is too long and the nut won't thread down like you saw. So we're just going to go to a 3/8 bolt that's long enough, put that in there, and we'll use this as the locating pin. All right, the overload has been pulled after we test fit and mock it up. Overload's pulled. Now we're going to continue on, put the bottom lower spring plate on, and keep moving forward. All right, so we ran into issue. This isn't necessarily going to be the case, I think, on stock trucks, but we did put new U-bolts on the truck when we did the lowering before. So now what's happening is we're running out of thread on the U-bolts. So temporarily, we're going to just add some thicker washers in there. It's not the correct way, but we'll just do it to finish it out, put it together, and then basically what we'll do is just order new U-bolts that are the proper length and have the proper thread. This is the front bracket. This is what the actual traction bar is going to connect to. So this will clamp around the leaf spring right behind the front spring mount. There is a different measurement for 99 to 06 and then 07 and up. So make sure to look at the instructions, get your measurement. This one's gonna be a 4 1/8 for a 99 to 06. So this one's already roughly on, that's mounted, and we'll go ahead and get the other side done. The measurement needs to be when the weight of the truck is on the leaf spring. Just measuring right here with the weight off of it, we can't get close enough because it'll hit the drop hanger. And I assume they set this up for a, maybe a stock truck or something. So we might have to kick it back, but I think the snubber, when we put it all together, you'll see it'll still hit the leaf spring and still do what it needs to do. So we're gonna go ahead and set it at 5. We'll set it on the ground before we drill our pilot hole for the locating it and making sure it doesn't move. We'll test it first. Everything works, does what it needs to do, then we'll drill that hole and finalize it. U-bolts are torqued, they're ready to go. We do those to 100 foot-pounds. We got this tight. Again, we're gonna wait to do the pilot hole. Now we're gonna put the snubber in, put that in, and then we'll set the length of the bars. We got the weight of the truck on it for the most part, so we'll set that, and I think that'll about do it, and we'll give it a test run. Last piece of the puzzle are the actual traction bars. These are adjustable on both ends. So like I said, we're gonna set it at the ride height now, put them in. I think this is it. So we decided to put these on first just to get the bolt started, then swing it up into its spot. We ended up putting the bracket as far forward as we can, and I'll leave us some adjustment in the bar to get that 1/8 inch gap between the snubber and the leaf spring at ride height, which is what you want for optimal performance, of course. That way it just comes up real quick, grabs it, eliminate that wheel hop. They do recommend anti-seize on the bolt, which is the pivot bolt that goes in here into the snubber bracket. So we'll put a little bit on there. And then that you will not tighten down a lot because it does need to pivot on there and you don't want it hard to move. All right, now you want to adjust the bar so you have an 1/8 inch of gap between the bumper and the leaf spring. And this is all adjustable, so try it, see if it works. If it doesn't, adjust it closer. All we have left is to tighten the main bolts and we can test it out. Now the fun part, we get tested out. Basically, we're just gonna see if we can do a burnout and hold it. If we can, it's a success. Good. We're good. That's it, guys. As always, make sure to subscribe. Check us out. We'll be doing more videos, tech installs, whatever it may be. And if you like the parts that we put on, you can always get them right from us at azproperformance.com. We'll see you guys next time.